Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Damn, I left the light on in my bathroom. We have got some Hasan. Um, we're gonna react to his take on this Olympic trans athlete. I think she's a weightlifter. Now I don't know anything about her specifically, but I guess she made the Olympics, the Olympic team or whatever. And got dead last, I guess. So let's just see what this take is.
What happened with that weightlifter from New Zealand? Remember the weightlifter, the trans weightlifter from New Zealand, who was like, you know, she was slated to win like every fucking competition because she's trans, so like obviously she's cheating and whatnot. But guess what? The Olympic trans
She didn't
athlete that
complete
so
a
many people were
single leg.
freaking out about fucking got last place in her field. Okay, so now that fucking destroys the argument that people were making about her ahead of time. But she was like, "Oh, dude, oh, fucking, she was gonna just like dominate everybody. She was gonna."
Hold on. Hold on. That's the lady or the lady that's trans. Holy shit. Look how fucking she's literally double her size. Holy
Gonna
shit.
dominate everyone. She was gonna dominate everyone. So now they're like, so now they've moved on and they're saying like, well, she took the spot of another cis woman.
Mhm.
Okay, she took the spot of another cis woman. It's like, but that wasn't your argument. Your argument originally was that like they're gonna dominate, right? Like trans people are gonna dominate fucking weightlifting. So what happened? Now that's one argument that they're making. This is the 18-year-old Roviel de Tenamo for the tiny poor nation of Nauru. Like Janice Third, Victoria Peckham. I don't know who the fuck this is, but like, don't act like you give a fuck about the tiny poor nation of Nauru, okay? Dumbasses. Guess what? She'll fucking kick ass next year. How about that? Um, an embodiment of colonialism in a
Oh
photo.
wow.
Shakari Richardson can't compete in Tokyo 2021 because she smoked a substance that does not improve her performance. Laurel Hubbard can compete in Tokyo at the age of 43 in a female category, deciding not being female. The advantage of having gone through male puberty. So what happened? So what the fuck happened?
Scary looking person. I don't know that.
She lost. So now, so now people are fucking saying like, oh well, she threw on purpose for propaganda. Oh, dude. See this. I find it absolutely hilarious that the trans person had every single advantage and still lost. Trans people should be in their own groups, own stages, not with cisgender people. This is just an example of how it didn't work. But normally, a trans in a cisgender sports wins. That's not true. That's not true, and it hasn't been true ever. It has not been true in perpetuity. And also, that's the fucking main point. These motherfuckers don't care about like competition or like honesty and integrity in women's sports or anything like that. Okay, all they care about is pushing trans people away, not just from sports, but also pushing them away from public life in general.
Jesus Christ. Okay, dude, this is really starting to get my blood boil. Okay, I was just letting him go on, see how progressively, slowly it was gonna get more and more fucking retarded. Okay, first of all, I know you don't know a lot about a sports, Hassan, but the number of forget about trans, let's just say biological males and biological females that um, are gendered, their gender expression is the same as their biological sex. So I was born a male and I present as one. Those amount of people that make it to the Olympics is less than 1%. So any sport, basketball, soccer, weightlifting, football, it doesn't matter. That's not an Olympic sport, but I'm just so and his chat is stupid. This is the problem. So God forbid somebody disagrees with your assessment of the advantages that trans people have on cisgender people, or specifically, um, trans men. Yeah, trans men. No. Trans females. Trans woman. Sorry, trans woman because they're a biological male and they're transitioning to a female competing in female sports. it is again. I'm not gonna sit here and say, but I'll sit here and say, okay, if especially if you've gone through puberty as a man, just everything, your height, your weight, your wingspan, your bone density, your strength, your testosterone, everything is gonna be higher than those cisgendered women, those biological born women. That's just it's a fact. There's no denying it. I mean, none of nobody can deny that. That's a scientific fact. Okay, so that's number one. And then to sit there and say just because we disagree with you and we think it is unfair, then all of a sudden it's not because we actually care about the integrity of sports and about being honest. It's because we want trans women to be, you know, um, excluded, and we want them to, you know, to not be able to compete in sports. No, that's not at all, and that's why it's very hard to come up with a solution to this, because either way someone's losing. I mean, if we take just we leave female sports the way it is, these trans women are going to keep winning at a portion compared to biological women. They're going to, you know, win at a much higher rate than they are. I know it's not. It's, you know, this guy, maybe that's not true, and I'll pull up this sick. But still, they're still they do have advantages. I mean, unfair. They have unfair advantages, and that's just a fact. And Hassan doesn't even play sports. He literally said he doesn't even care. He said that multiple times. He doesn't care about female sports. So shut the fuck up. If you don't care about female sports, then shut the fuck up. We don't want your opinion if you don't care about it. If you don't want to take the time to actually look at the statistics and look at the unfair advantages that trans women have compared to biological women, then shut up. Really, honestly. I mean, why are you in this debate? But I mean, it's at this point, it's just it's laughable. I mean, I've given up trying to actually debate or try and make an argument, because it at this point the evidence is overwhelmingly in my favor, and it's against Hassan and all these people. And the sad part is a lot of it, some of it is actually not trans people either. But anyway, a solution, you know, possible solution could be you make in another category for sports. You make trans woman. I mean, yeah, you make just a category for trans woman, separate from cisgendered people. Um, but then, you know, on the lower levels of high school and middle school, you're probably not going to be able to find enough trans women to compete against each other. So the best solution that I can come up with is, I would say, um, see the it's just it's a complicated solution. Um, for now, I mean, I would just advocate to try and promote trans women to compete in sports, and try and get them to get their own separate division from female sports, because it's not fair. Um, and it's true though. Just because maybe a lot of people weren't making that original argument of that that Olympic trans woman weightlifter, you know, oh, she was gonna dominate, even though she did compete and did last. She still did take a spot from that, and it's you know, I got a friend. She wanted to be a gymnastic um, for the Olympics, and she never got it. But the amount of time, effort, money, injuries, hospital bills she put into it, it means a lot to people. Um, and I do think that is unfair and that's not right. And I honestly, you know, I feel bad for trans women. Um, and I don't mean this to offend any trans woman. I'm not trying to say because you're doing it that you're a terrible person and that we should exclude you from society. That's not what I'm saying at all. Um, and that's the problem with the frameworks or these debates, is it's all, if you disagree with me, then you're a trans, you know, you're transphobic, you're this and that. No, okay, we can have, you know, even though the evidence is overwhelming that they have an unfair advantage, even though you still don't acknowledge that. Or if you do, then you just say, "Oh, I don't care anyway. I don't care about female sports." But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that's it. That's literally it. They just don't want trans people to exist comfortably
Mm,
in
that's what it is, Hassan.
society
You got it, buddy.
alongside other people.
Yep, that's it.
You get it?
Yep, that's it.
What do you want? You want the fucking 6 like total professional trans women? Not the trans men, of course. Trans men can compete against men, cis men.
Yeah, do you want to
It
know
doesn't
why,
matter to them.
Hassan? Because they're exactly, you don't see them winning a lot. You want to know why? Because they don't have an advantage over biological men. They're biological women, so that on average they're going to be shorter, smaller wingspans, blah blah blah, weaker on average. So yeah, they're not going to make it. You'll never in in your any of your lifetime see a trans man make it to the Olympics. You'll never see that. You'll never see that.
They never talk about that. But the fucking 6 trans women to compete amongst themselves in like all of these different fucking fields that they're in, it's bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. And it's dumb as fuck. And I've said this before jokingly, but I kind of mean it. If you have any takes whatsoever on women's competition, you have to literally forcibly sit through every fucking season of the sport that you're criticizing, including like the off-season shit that they have to do. You have to be forced. If you force yourself to watch all of it, then okay, I'll allow it. Maybe then like I'll listen to your fucking criticisms. Okay?
Really? Wow. That is pretty sad. That's pathetic. So in order for our point to be valid, we have to watch hours and hours of a sport. We have to watch their off season training, and then maybe just maybe then you'll listen to our criticism. Mm, yeah, that's very deep and intellectual, Hassan.
You can't fucking on the off season be like, lol, women's sports, am I right? Who the fuck watches that? Women are not as good as men, blah blah blah. And then turn around and be like, I can't believe we need the integrity of women's sports like to not be compromised because trans women are coming in now. It's like, no, you're just transphobic. Like you don't give a fuck, dude. You literally do not give a fuck about women's sports. Okay? You don't care. Aren't you giving a take right now? Yeah, guess what, dude? My take is I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck.
I don't give, but I'm gonna keep talking about it.
Fuck regardless. My take is not about like the integrity of the sports. I don't think that like the integrity of the sport is compromised when trans women are engaging in it. But I also don't care. I'd probably watch more sports in general if PEDs were fucking legal. Do you understand?
Jesus. Well, after losing brain cells, I'm trying to get together a little conclusion here. But that's the problem. He goes on this big tangent, and then oh, it's the ultimate comp out. Oh, but I don't give either way. Really? I mean, it's got some validity, his final his final point. But again, it doesn't mean that just because some people say, yeah, there's some memes about the WNBA, you know, but that's not to say we still don't think there should be integrity just because they may not be as good as men basketball players. I don't think then men that transition should just be able to play in the WNBA and then be the best player. That no, but you know this is why I can't watch this song. This is why I'm not a fan of him. He's very arrogant, and yeah, I mean, we got as a society we gotta start tuning out people. Even if you agree with their takes and their policies, people that just throw out names and just, I mean, you can't sit there and generalize like that about a whole group of people just because they disagree with you. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like. Leave a comment on your thoughts if you disagree with me, disagree with the song, and why. And let's just keep it positive, guys. So subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.